Hello everyone, Manny Carrillo from Safety Anchor Post System. Today we're going to show you one of our new anchors. It's called the SAPS new thin slab metal deck anchor, and we're going to install it on a 2W36 20 gauge corrugated metal deck. It's a standard in the industry. Pretty much this is what it looks like. It's corrugated and it's quite pliable but rigid enough that it's a standard in the industry. We are going to install it. As you can see, it's got ridges, and we're going to show you why some of the anchors on the market right now don't work. Therefore, they don't apply. All right, so we'll start with what anchors work and why they don't work. A standard in the industry, one that we use on our regular system, is called a spider anchor. By the way, all anchors have to be engineered for 5,000 pounds and tested before anybody can get them out there. So as you can see, the spider anchor does not fit in the corrugated channel. There's no way to put it in and safely secure it. By design and by manufacturer's regulations, you cannot bend them to make them fit because the anchor is engineered to be symmetrical and perpendicular to whichever the strength of the anchor is needed. So the spider anchor does not work. Another anchor that we use, that we sell separately, is called a dually anchor. As you can see, dually anchor doesn't sit correctly, therefore it'll never work because it will project crooked. Therefore, nope, it doesn't work. So people at the World of Concrete have come up to us and say, what do you have for metal deck? And obviously there is huge demand for it, that we took the time to get it engineered. So in order to install this anchor, we will be using 3/4 inch metal decks number 14 to secure the anchor. We will be using a set plug, and the set plug must be greased in order to pull it out, because you may pour the concrete and you may not pull the plug for a day, a week, a month, but as long as you use your grease, it'll be a much easier at time of removal. Let's talk about the anchor. So the anchor is a thin metal deck anchor. I call it the wingman. Why? Because it looks just like the wings and a little man straddle over a metal deck. As you can see, the anchor is engineered for 100 pounds down in case someone wants to step on it. The other thing is that the anchor is engineered for a 5,000 pound point of tie-off. One of the major contributions that we came up with, and it's in patent pending mode right now, is the ability to make an anchor that concrete can flow through all the cavities to fully encase the anchor, thus giving it a sound rigidity. If we were to make them solid and there was to be air trapping between them, the anchor more than likely will fail. So we took the time to pre-grease the plug. I think that the fastest way to do it is to grease the plugs and get the anchor pre-assembled prior to screwing it. One of the things that we thought about when we're doing the anchor is, what is the fastest way to find the anchor once it gets embedded? And obviously it's at the center point, therefore we use these plugs. Now when the anchor gets set, we have to make sure that the plug is set at the right elevation prior to pouring. And you must check it before the pour. If the plug is too high, the concrete is going to be poured like a mountain. And when we put our SAP 21D, it will not sit flat. Therefore, it cannot be used. If the anchor is set too low, you're going to spend a lot of time chipping around it to find the anchor, and that defeats the reason why this anchor is so effective, because it's cost effective and it should be set in seconds, and the tie-off should be done in under a minute, preferably with no tools. The only tools you're going to be using here is going to be the drill and the metal deck screws to secure the anchor. Here we go. One screw, second screw coming in. As you can see, the anchor's secure. Now, once again, before pouring, make sure that the plug is flush to the top of the form. This will assure that you get a good product. Look for new products coming up. World of Concrete 2020. ConExpo 2020, and you could always look us at safetyanchorpost.com. Thank you, and we'll see you at World of Concrete.